Good morning, dear students. Last class we completed about alkenes, the preparation and properties of alkenes. Today here we are going to discuss about alkynes. So what are alkynes? Alkynes are the unsaturated hydrocarbon which contain at least one carbon-carbon triple bond. Okay, so the alkynes. So these are the unsaturated hydrocarbons, unsaturated hydrocarbons containing at least one carbon-carbon triple bond. Okay, so these are alkynes. General formula of alkyne. CnH2n minus 2. Okay, so the carbon atom carrying, for example, okay, so the carbon atom carrying triple bond undergo sp hybridization. In this way, we can say these are linear molecules. Linear molecules. We can say the alkynes are the linear molecules. So with the carbon-carbon triple bond is there. In this a triple bond is there. So you can say these alkyne or the simply acetylene is a linear molecule. And all other the higher alkynes, these are also known as acetylenes. So acetylene means only it is CH, triple bond CH. Ethyl is known as acetylene. All other higher alkynes are also known as acetylenes. Okay, so how to name them? So what is the word root? After the word root, we have to add primary suffix. For nomenclature, after word root, the primary suffix should be y and e. The primary suffix should be y and e. If more number of carbon atoms, more than 3 number of carbon atoms are there, then we have to write what is the position. Okay, so for up to 3 number of carbon atom, there is no need to write the position of this triple bond, the position of triple bond. And if more number of carbon atoms are there, then you have to write what is the position. For example, if this is CH, triple bond CH, word root is it. This is known as ethyl. It and YN. And similarly CH and triple bond CH known as 3 carbon, word root is proof, then YNE profile. Similarly, if more number of carbon atoms are there, C triple bond CH or CH3, C triple bond C and CH3. So more than 3 carbon atoms. So in this word root is but. Then one YNE and this one but 2 YNE. If more number of triple bonds are present, then di, tri, etc. are used before this word root and extra A is added. If more number of triple bonds are present, then di, tri, etc. are used before the primary suffix. Before the primary suffix and extra A is added, after the word root. Extra A is added after the word root. For example, if this is HC triple bond C and CH2 and here C triple bond and CH is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon are there. So we can say this is hexa after word root A. And what is the position? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 5 di in these are name, and according to common name, these are the derivatives of acetylene. We can say this is acetylene, this is methyl acetylene, this is ethyl acetylene, this is dimethyl acetylene. Okay, so in this you have to name the compounds. So these are known as the simple alkynes are also known as the derivatives of acetylene. Okay, in this all are known as acetylenes. Next come to isomerism in alkynes. So alkynes generally alkynes generally exhibit it is position isomerism, chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional isomerism. But due to this linear structure, these alkynes do not exhibit the geometrical isomerism, that is cis-trans isomerism. Okay, so let us look some examples of these alkynes isomerisms. Okay, so isomerism. So first alkynes generally exhibit chain isomerism, position isomerism, function. Some cases it also exhibits functional isomerism. And ring chain isomerism. Look at here, chain isomerism. So alkynes having 4 or more number of carbon atoms generally exhibit chain isomerism. For example, CH3, CH2, C triple bond, CH is there. Okay, so alkynes generally exhibit. So in this case, it can, so methyl group is replaced here and we write here, then it cannot exhibit this chain isomerism here. So for this chain isomerism, it should contain minimum 5 number of carbon atoms, so that it can exhibit chain isomerism. For 4 number of carbon atoms is not possible. Okay, suppose you methyl group you remove from here and you can give here, it cannot exhibit, and methyl group if you remove from here and substitute there, then it can give you the position isomerism. So in this for chain isomerism, it should have at least 5 number of carbon atom. Look here. So in this way, CH2, CH3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is pen 1 YNE and another CH3, CH, CH3, C and triple bond CH. This is 1, 2, 3, 3 methyl but 1 YNE. So these two are chain isomer of each other. Pent 1 YNE and 3 methyl but YNE. Okay. Next come to what is position isomerism. So for position isomerism, the alkyne should have minimum 4 number of carbon atom. Next, position isomerism. Look here, CH3, CH2, C, triple bond CH, that is but1, YNE, and another CH3, C, triple bond CH, that is but2, YNE. So these two are of the same functional group, same word root, only the triple bond positions are different. In this, these are known as position isomer of each other. Okay, so next come to functional isomerism. So alkynes exhibit functional isomerism with dienes. Okay, so functional isomerism. So alkynes exhibit functional isomerism, alkynes and dienes. That means two double bonds. Alkynes exhibit functional isomerism with dienes. Look here, CH3, CH2, C, triple bond CH. This is but1, YNE, and with the same formula can write CH2 double bond CH and CH double bond CH2. That is buta 1,3 ENE. So these two are functional isomer of each other. It exhibit diene and it is your YNE or butyne. So these two are functional isomer of each other. Next, it also exhibits ring chain isomerism with cycloalkenes. Next, ring chain isomerism so alkynes exhibit ring chain isomerism. Alkynes with cycloalkenes, it exhibit ring chain isomerism. Look here, CH3 same, CH2 C, triple bond CH, same we have taken but1 YNE. The total formula how much? C4 and 3, 2, 1 H6. Okay, C4H6. And to this we can write CH2, CH, here CH, and here CH, and double bond. To this bond line structure we can write like this. Okay, so it has also the formula, the same formula. C4H6, and this is known as cyclobutene. So it shows ring chain isomerism with cycloalkenes. Okay, alkynes generally do not exhibit geometrical isomerism. Next, come to methods of preparation of alkynes. Methods of preparation of alkynes, and special reference to it is preparation of acetylene. Okay. So the first member of the family, that is acetylene, is prepared from calcium carbide. When calcium carbide treated with water, it undergoes hydrolysis to form acetylene. Okay, so this calcium carbide is generally prepared by heating limestone with coke, and this is actually the laboratory methods of preparation of acetylene. Okay, so first from calcium carbide. Calcium carbide. Okay. So when calcium carbide treated with water, when calcium carbide treated with water, it undergoes hydrolysis. It undergoes hydrolysis to form acetylene or ethyl. Look here, CaC2. This is known as calcium carbide. 2H2O. It gives rise to CaOH whole twice plus C2H2. We can write like this also. CaC, here C, triple bond. This is calcium carbide, and when it's treated with water, calcium carbide, okay, treated with water. So here bond breaking takes place, H2O breaks as here one hydrogen, you can write here one hydrogen, and here OH, and here OH. In this way we can write, so that it can give CH, triple bond CH. It gives acetylene. So C, and here C like this. So here one OH and OH calcium carbide to acetylene plus calcium hydroxide is the side product. And how this calcium carbide is formed? So this calcium carbide is generally prepared by heating calcium carbonate with coke. So first CaCO3 on strong heating gives CaO plus CO2, then CaO plus carbon, it gives rise to CaC2 plus CO, CaC2 plus CO. So in this way, this calcium carbide is prepared. We can look to balance this. We can write 3C. CaO plus 3C, CaC2 plus CO. In this way, calcium carbide is formed, and this calcium carbide then treated with water, it forms acetylene. Okay. So note down this. Next come to preparation of higher alkynes. So higher alkynes that can be prepared from acetylene. So first acetylene treated with sodamide in liquid ammonia at 196 Kelvin. It gives sodium acetylide, and this sodium acetylide when treated with alkyl halide, it forms higher alkynes. Okay, so preparation of higher alkynes. So first acetylene, these are prepared from acetylene. Treated with sodamide in liquid ammonia to form sodium acetylide which when treated with alkyl halide, it forms higher alkynes. Look here. So Hc triple bond CH when treated with sodamide NaNH2. This is acetylene treated with sodamide in liquid ammonia is the medium temperature 196 Kelvin. Okay. So this undergoes substitution reaction. Sodium comes here and ammonia comes here. Hydrogen comes here to liberate ammonia. In this case, it forms Hc triple bond C Na. C minus Na plus. We can write like this also. C minus Na plus NH3. And this is called sodium acetylide. And this sodium acetylide Hc triple bond C Na treated with alkyl halide Ri. So it forms Ri, this NaI is removed from here and it gives Hc triple bond C R. What type of alkyl we take here? In this is the alkyl results. Look here, Hc triple bond C Na treated with methyl iodide. This is methyl iodide. It gives Hc triple bond C CH3, that is propyl. Okay, plus NaR. Similarly, Hc triple bond CNA treated with C2H5Cl. So the C2H5 comes here, NaCl removed from here, and it gives Hc triple bond C and C2H5, that is but1YNA. Similarly, if this acetylene treated with excess of sodamide, it forms disodium acetylide. And according to that, if you take the alkyl halide, it forms different alkynes. Okay. Similarly, if this acetylene treated with 2NaNH2, it gives rise to NaC triple bond C Na disodium acetylide. Disodium acetylide plus 2NH3. And this disodium acetylide treated with 2 moles of ammonia, if you take, then it gives CH3 C triple bond C CH3 plus 2 NaI. So in these three different products are formed. Higher alkynes are formed by reaction with sodamide. Okay. So note down this. Next come to another method, that is by dehalogenation of dihaloalkanes. So whether vicinal dihalides or geminal dihalides when treated with alcoholic potassium hydroxide, it gives an alkyne. Okay, that is by halogenation of dihaloalkanes. Okay, so when vicinal dihalide or geminal dihalide heated with alcoholic potassium hydroxide, it forms an alkyne, YNE. Okay, look here, HC, here one H, and here suppose Cl and C, here one Cl, H. This is a vicinal dihalide, and this is 1,2-dichloroethane. 1,2-dichloroethane when treated with 2KOH alcoholic. So first from one hydrogen, one halogen remove here, and another hydrogen, another halogen removed from here. In this way, triple bond is formed. It forms HC triple bond CH. That is ethane. Similarly, when you take geminal dihalide, suppose H and C, here suppose Br, H and another Br written here. So 1,1-dibromoethane when treated with 2KOH alcoholic. So first HBr removed from here, another HBr removed from here. So it gives HC triple bond CH plus HBr reacts with this. So 2KBr, 2H2O, here 2HCl and 2H2O. Similarly, if you take propane, trihalopropane, CH3, CH, C, and 1 Br here, and here suppose hydrogen and Br, H. It is 1,1-dibromopropane. 1,1-dibromopropane when treated with 2KOH alcoholic. Here also HBr, and this Br and H, these two are removed, eliminated, and it gives rise to CH3, C triple bond CH plus 2KBr plus 2H2O. That is propyl. So whether dihaloalkane, geminal or vicinal dihalides when treated with alcoholic solution of potassium hydroxide, it forms alkyne. Okay, so this is acetylene or ethane. Okay, so note down this. Next come to by dehalogenation reaction. So by dehalogenation of tetrahaloalkanes. So when tetrahaloalkanes like 1,1,2,2 tetrahaloalkane when treated with when heated with zinc in presence of methanol or in methanol medium, then it forms an alkyl. Okay, so by dehydrohalogenation of tetrahaloalkanes, when 1,1,2,2 tetrahaloalkane treated with zinc in methanol, it forms an alkyl. It forms an alkyl. Okay, so for example, when 1122 tetrabromo ethane heated with zinc dot in methanol, it forms acetylene. It forms acetylene, or we can say ethyl. So look here, CHBr2, okay, CH, here B, okay, I can write like this, HCBr, and here BRH, and treated with plus 2Zn in presence of methanol when heated. So this BRBr removed and reacts with zinc to form zinc bromide along with this acetylene. It gives HC triple bond CH plus ZnBr2, that is ethyl. Similarly, when we take CH3C, here Br, and here H. What is the name of 1,1,2,2 tetrabromoethane, and this one 1,1,2,2 tetrabromopropan, when treated with zinc in CH3OH. Here also dehalogenation takes place and it forms CH3C triple bond CH propyl plus ZnBr2. Okay, this is another methods of preparation. Next, come to another methods of preparation. Okay, that is by dehalogenation of haloform, generally chloroform or iodoform. Yes, or iodoform. So when in this method only acetylene is prepared. So when iodoform or chloroform heated with silver powder, it forms acetylene. Okay, so when chloroform or iodoform heated with silver powder, it forms acetylene. Look here, chloroform, that is CHCl3 plus 6Ag and a plus, for sake of convenience to this chloroform I am writing like this, Cl3CH. So when this is heated, it gives, so silver chloride are removed as white precipitate and it forms Hc(triple-bond-CH) plus 6AgCl. This is ethyl or acetylene and this is chloroform. But more common is the iodoform CHI3. This is iodoform when heated with silver plus I3CH and when it is heated with silver powder. So here I3CH, it gives rise to yellow precipitate of silver iodide. Hc(triple-bond-CH) plus 6Agi, that is ethyl. So when iodoform heated with silver, it forms ethyl. Okay, so this is, so halogens are removed, that this is called dehalogenation process. Another, by Coles electrolysis method. By Coles electrolysis method. Okay, so when in this method also we can prepare acetylene. So when sodium or potassium salts of unsaturated dicarboxylic acid undergo electrolysis, it forms an alkyne at anode. Okay, similarly, if we take the sodium or potassium salt of malic acid or fumaric acid, then it forms acetylene. Okay, so when sodium or potassium salt of unsaturated dicarboxylic acid undergo electrolysis, then it forms an alkyne. So these two COH group that should be adjacent to each other. Okay, for example, when sodium when concentrated solution of sodium salt of malic acid or fumaric acid undergo electrolysis, it forms acetylene or anode. Okay, so what is this fumaric acid? Look here, C double bond OC, COOH, COOH, H and H. So this is actually known as malic acid. MALEIC, malic acid, and see the cis form and trans form of this is H, COH, double bond, COOH and H. So this is fumaric acid. So these two are on cis and trans isomer of each other. The trans form is known as fumaric acid, the cis form is known as malic acid. Either malic acid or from fumaric acid, it is hydrogen or carboxylic acid replaced by sodium. This is known as the sodium malate or sodium fumarate. It is replaced by potassium. This is known as the potassium fumarate or potassium malate. So in this way, suppose instead of malic acid and fumaric acid, as both cases same, I am taking here the example of malic acid. So this malic acid and this is malic acid, and if the instead of malic acid, if sodium salt is taken, this is known as a sodium malate. Okay, so this is sodium malate. Unsaturated triple bond is there. So sodium malate, when it undergo electrolysis, so on application of electricity to this solution, it forms HC double bond CH, and here CO minus plus 2Na plus. Then at anode, what happens? So to this I am writing like this: CH, CO minus, double bond, CH, CO minus, minus 2 electron, it gives rise to CH, COO, double bond, CH, CO. And this being an unstable intermediate, removal of carbon dioxide takes place here, bond breaking takes place, and a new bond is formed at the CH and CH. In this way, it forms CH, triple bond CH, that is acetylene. And what happens at cathode? At cathode, so Na plus is there, and we are taking the aqueous solution. Water is also there. So water breaks as H2O. It breaks as H plus and OH minus. So this between Na plus and H plus has low discharge potential. It will move towards cathode. In this way, at cathode, H plus electron give rise to H, and H plus H give rise to hydrogen. So hydrogen gas is liberated at cathode, while acetylene is liberated at anode. Okay, so in this way acetylene is prepared. Next, come to properties of alkynes. So first we will discuss about physical properties. So alkynes, so in this case also we have to discuss what are the physical state, the melting point, boiling point, and solubility. So the first 3 members are colorless gases. Next 8 members are colorless liquids, and still higher members are solids at room temperature. Okay, so physical state. The first three members are gases. Next, 8 members are liquids. Next, 8 members are liquids. And still higher members are colorless solids. Okay, so these are generally odorless. These are generally odorless. However, acetylene containing phosphine impurity has garlic smell. So acetylene has somehow garlic smell, that is due to the presence of impurity, that is phosphine. Okay. Next, melting point and boiling point. Melting point and boiling point. Alkynes have generally higher melting and boiling point than that of the corresponding alkenes and alkanes. That means same number, compared about the same number of carbon atom, then alkynes have generally higher melting and boiling points. Alkynes have generally higher melting and boiling point than that of corresponding alkenes and alkanes. Alkenes and alkanes, that means having same number of carbon atoms, and these are non-polar nature. These are non-polar in nature. So insoluble in polar solvent like water. Polar solvent like water, but soluble in non-polar organic solvents like ethanol, benzene, CCl4, etc., carbon tetrachloride, etc. Okay, so these are some idea about the preparation and properties of alkynes. Next class we will discuss about the chemical properties of alkynes. So note down these.